Okay, and we are back. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the stream. It's me. It's MDTenebris. I'm back again to bring you some more mediocre Pokemon play. Below me on the screen, I have two links. There is a red link that's to my YouTube channel. That's the MDTenebris Plays Pokemon YouTube channel. If you like what you see today, feel free to go check out the whole back catalog. It is all there. You can like, you can subscribe. If you click the bell, it will let you know when there are new videos available. The purple link is to my Twitch. That's where I am now. If you want to come and hang out with me live, feel free to join the chat, discuss Pokemon building decks and whatever. Feel free to do it here on Twitch at the purple link. I'm here every Wednesday at 6:30 and every Saturday at 2. That's p.m. Eastern Time. So feel free to come hang out. I also have in the information box a link to a Discord channel. If you want to get me offline, discuss Pokemon deck building or anything else in general, feel free to join the Discord. I also announce now when the stream is going live. There are also other stream announcements in there, and you can help me build the decks if you feel like it. So join the Discord if you want to get me offline and spend some quality time. And with that, we're moving on to what we're doing today. Now today, it's a little tricky one. I've been working on this deck for a long time. A long time. As soon as Paradox Rift came out, I saw these cards and I was like, this is really kind of interesting. I'm not sure if I can make it work, but we're gonna see if we can make it work. We are doing the Simisear, Simipour, Simisage deck today. So we've got this deck. It's got this interesting ability, right? You got the Monkey Trio ability. So if you have any Simisage, Simisear, and Simipour in play, ignore all energy costs of this attack used by this Pokemon, right? So you have to have all three in play at the same time. So it's a little tricky, but suddenly you get 190 damage for 1 energy. What does the Simisage do? Simisage has the same ability, so you can use the Arm Thrust Needle for 1 energy. 100 damage, not as much. During your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from Pokemon that have an ability except for Simisage, right? So basically, any Pokemon that has an ability, including Simipour and Simisear, cannot do any damage to this Pokemon if it has used Arm Thrust Needle. So anything with an ability, that's your Charizard EX, that's your, there's so many, Regieleki VMAX, there's just so many Pokemon nowadays, Chien-Pao, that have abilities that you can completely block off with this Simisage, right? And then the last one in the trio is Simipour. Simipour, not that useful. Liquid Lashing, only doing 50 damage. This attack does 30 damage to each of your opponent's benched Pokemon, right? So in the right situations, you get a Simipour in play, especially against a fire deck, where this becomes 100 damage. You get the Simipour in the situation, you're doing 30 damage to each of your opponent's benched Pokemon. You can take out a Charmander in 2 hits. You can take out a Growlithe. Oh no, Growlithe is like 80 and 90. So that's a little tough. But there's a bunch of decks where they have very weaker Pokemon that you can take out with 2 hits from this if you get lucky. Now, this is a very, very luck-based deck. It's very tricky. The main ways we're making it work is we have lots of draw for the evolution cards. So we got Arezu here. We got Clavell in here. Primarily, we got some Iono. We have Klara in here. We have 3 Klara in here because basically what Klara lets you do is it lets you go into your discard pile, grab the 2 Pokemon that just got knocked out, whichever ones you had in your active spot, bring them back plus energy so that the next turn you can have that Pokemon in play again. So using the Klara kind of helps us. They knock out the Simisear. We move the Simisage into play. We use the Klara to get the Simisear and the Pansear back from the discard pile, put them back on the bench. Hopefully you get the rotation enough. There's a ton of draw in here. We're also using Bill's Transfer. I don't use this card a lot. Look at the top 8 cards of your deck. You may reveal any number of Pokemon you find there and put them into your hand. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck, right? So it's kind of like a Candace for every other deck type. So what do we got in here? We got the Luminous Energy as well. As long as this Pokemon, this card is attached to a Pokemon, it provides any type of energy. So you can use this for all 3 of them. We do have 9 other energies in here just in case. We got a bunch of Earthen Vessels in here. Got some Energy Retrieval in here. Got an Avery, because the thing we get fucked over by with this deck is Iron Hands, right? Iron Hands will slaughter us. So electric decks are really, really tough. We've got the Avery in here to kind of crack down on that Korraidon early draw, kind of crack down on that that flexibility that they have, but it's tough. Electricity is a tough matchup for us with this deck. I'm alright, man. How you doing? Feeling a bit better, I hope. I am feeling a lot better. Yeah, the brain fog is not as serious today. I do run this with Luminous Energy, or do you just run it with basic type? I do it with both. because I use these basic energies as like discards for the Earthen Vessel or for the Ultra Ball. I use them as retreats. All of these Pokemon only have one retreat cost, so I don't have a lot of switches in here. I don't think I have any. Yeah, because you can just retreat them, and then you use the Energy Recycler, or you use the Klara to pull them back out of the discard pile. So that's kind of how I've been working with this one. It's very, very tricky. You kind of really need to get set up in the correct way, but because it's single prize card, you can kind of wait a little bit, but it gets to a point very, very quickly where you every single move is do or die with this deck. It's a little stressful, but it's kind of fun. The only issue with this deck is that you need 2 of everything in play to be able to stream attacks. Like if you're attacking with Simisage, you need a Pansage on the bench to evolve after it gets KO'd, or you can't get the ability going in time. Zoroark is a really good shout, just annoying that it's rotating. Yeah, the rotation is going to be a pain. There's not a ton of cards that I really want rotated currently. I'm kind of happy with the meta right now. It's not like before where everyone was playing a fucking what's her name, the girl that Marnie. Everyone was playing fucking Marnie and reshuffling everyone's hand back. That was a nightmare. I'm so glad that rotated out. So got the Battle VIP Pass. It's going to be a Lost Box deck. It's going to be a little tricky because obviously the Cramorant can one-shot any of our Pokemon, which sucks. Sableye is also dangerous later game. However, if they have Giratina VStar in here, that is a 2-shot with the Simisear, so we will see what we get. We have a Nest Ball and a Battle VIP Pass, so we have access to 3 basic Pokemon for the bench. In answer to your comment, K9, you don't have to have another basic Pokemon on the bench for each of them at the time of playing, but you need to be able to set it up pretty quickly. You need to kind of know where it's coming from, and that's kind of why this works only as a single prize card deck and kind of like a goofy thing, because you'll probably lose 3 Pokemon before you get your whole thing set up super nice. So it really does rely on like being able to take out like specific Pokemon. It's tricky. It's a tricky deck. I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna put a Grass Energy on there, and I think we're gonna do. I can't call for Family Canines first, so we're gonna know Nest Ball. We're gonna go for another Pansage, just to be safe. You do kind of want a secondary of whoever's in the active spot. I would agree with that, but you don't like need it. It depends. It depends on the context. It's a very sneaky, tricky deck to play with. So we're gonna end the turn there. We're gonna let Luchim 1000 go with the Dragon type deck. We got a Luminium V to start. That's not the card you want to start. You probably only have one of those in your deck, and you lose access to that ability immediately, so that card is useless. I hope they don't have any water energies in this deck, because that would enable a Radiant Greninja as well, which is another big worry of ours. Radiant Greninja takes 2 shots from everyone except Pansear, and it can do some pretty bad damage to us, so we'll see. We'll see. Every deck's got its strengths and its weaknesses. This deck is particularly decent against your Charizard EX deck because of the fire typing of Simisear and because of the grass typing of Simisage. So we're going to see how we do against this Lost Zone deck, though. We got the Clavell. Was hoping for an Arezu there. Arezu would have been much better. We're going to go Bill's Transfer. Can we find the 2 we need? We cannot. We needed the Panpour. We do have an Ultra Ball, though. So I think we're going to go Ultra Ball here. We're going to go Clavell. And I think we're going to go Fire Energy. I kind of wanted to attack with the Simisear this turn, though. I don't want to get rid of the Klara. That's really tough. Earthen Vessel would suck as well, but maybe that's the right choice there. We're going to go for the Simipour. So now we're on turn 2, right? And we've got them all 3 in play. Bang, bang, bang. We go Simisage here. And we go Fire Energy here. So we have the Klara. We can pull this Grass Energy back from the Abyss. We're not keeping the Simisage up there because of the we want to one-shot this guy. I will play the Pansear. I'm going to leave the Pansear because they could play an Avery, and that would be very upsetting. So we're just going to go Heat Tackle here. We're going to take out this Luminian V. It does do 30 damage to yourself. I have knocked myself out several fucking times with this Simisear. It's a little tricky to remember. You only get 4 shots before you are offing yourself. So you got to be a little careful about it, but that is all right. So we're in a pretty good spot. I do everything I can to get this deck set up really, really quickly at the start of the game. It can peter out in the mid game if you've lost 1 or 2 of the Pokemon. You can't find the replacement and the cards aren't coming. It can get a little trickier, but you can hit really hard early if you get it set up nice and quick, and you can really do some damage late game when you've got a couple of them in play and you know exactly how you want to do this. I will now play the Pansear to the bench. I guess we'll keep the Luminous Energies in hand. I do have the Simisear here, so I'm not really concerned. We have the Klara, so we can go and grab that Grass Energy if we want, and this Fire if we get knocked out. So we're just going to go again. We're going to hit this Giratina V. Now, keeping in mind, the only downside of not having all of the Pokemon in play, you just have to have 3 energies on each of these guys, except for the Simisear that needs 4 in order to use these moves. So it does make it a little trickier, but for instance, in this situation, I could have put a Luminous Energy on the Simisage, could grab the Klara next turn, put the Grass Energy on him next turn, and then potentially if I had lost the Simisear and the Pansear, I could use that Arm Thrust Needle for the 3 energies it requires. So hey, Let's Drew, welcome to the stream, and thank you for the party rate of 1. I appreciate the company. How are you doing today? Yeah, I say 2 of everything because if you have a Simisear active and you get set up Pansear on the bench, but then your opponent bosses a Simipour and you haven't got a Panpour out, it can really mess with you. Yeah, we are very weak to bossing with this deck. Very weak to bossing, I have to say. Oh, look, he got a Snorlax on the bench. That's so funny. All right, so we're going to go Simisear here. We get our moves back. We go Luminous Energy. We go Klara. Klara is so fucking OP in this deck. This is why I have 3 Klaras. Because you can just go and grab the Pokemon they just knocked out, right? I could put this Pansear on the bench. If I didn't have the Simisear in play already, I could put the Pansear on the bench. I would have the Simisear next turn. So that's kind of the nice thing about that. We are going to take this Giratina out with the Arm Thrust Needle, and it will make us immune to anything the Snorlax can do. Snorlax does have an ability. So it's really key to use the tools that this deck provides in the way that they can help you, right? Because you cannot get any damage done to you with the Arm Thrust Needle if you manage to pull that off, and there's an ability Pokemon in the starting lineup, in the starting spot. So it's interesting. Should you always fill your bench early if you can? Avery isn't scary if you have Klara. You could, but then if you don't get the Klara, then you're stuck, right? So I prefer to just keep the basic Pokemon in my hand and play them to the bench when I start to need them. Because people will hold on to Avery cards until they see enough Pokemon on your bench. I've seen it happen before. Where the second I play like a 4th or 5th Pokemon on the bench, they play their Avery, and they've been sitting on it a while. And it's like, so you can actually like mess around with that a little bit. But yeah, you could if you wanted. I have had games, I've come up with the strategy because I've been playing this deck, and I've had games where I like get all set up and I'm super pumped for turn 2, and they Avery, and I have to get rid of 2 of the Pokemon, and now I'm just like, ah, shit. Now I have to get them back. I don't have a Klara available. So Snorlax's ability will get around your Simisage, I think. Prevent all effects of attacks from your opponent's Pokemon done to this Pokemon. Oh, that's right. So I can't actually hit this guy. It says I'm going to do 100 damage to him, though. So I'm not sure what to believe here. Do I test it out? Maybe I boss his orders instead. I don't really want to test it out. I don't have... We're going to retreat the Simisage here. We're going to play the Simisear instead. And maybe I play Pansear to the bench. We're going to go Fire Energy like this. And we're going to hit for 190 here. Yeah, I don't know. It's saying I'm doing damage to the Snorlax. It's not saying that I'm not doing damage. I don't know. That's kind of scary. Prevent all effects of attacks. Okay, so I can still knock this fucker out. Okay. Okay. Damage is not an effect. That's right. Thank you, Chad. Thank you for clearing that up. Damage is not an effect. Sage's attacks make an effect on Simisage, not the opponent. Correct. Yes. So basically, Simisage, if he gets to use his move, he cannot be damaged by or affected by any Pokemon that has an ability, which is kind of dope. So you use him as like your shield. He only does 100 damage, but against Charizard EX, he does 200 damage, and he's protected against Charizard EX, which is dope. This guy is your multi-hitter. All right, we'll play Pansage, maybe. This guy's your multi-hitter. You hit only for 50 damage, but you do 30 to each of their benched Pokemon. So that's kind of... I wish it was a little more. I wish it did like 80 damage. That would be nice. Because 50's tiny. 50's so small. Snorlax wouldn't be able to hit you if you attacked with Sage. No, yeah, it needs a lot of energy. I didn't think it would. That's what I was concluding at the start. So, all right, what do we got now? Okay. So, we are going to retreat this guy for the Simisear. We're going to evolve this Pansear. I could Iono. That'd be kind of nasty. No, because then I'd only have 2 cards left. So I'm just going to hit. We do the 190. You know, now I can one-shot whichever one he plays forward, and it's not a problem. No, I mean, Snorlax's ability wouldn't let it hit past the Simisage effect. Yeah, I know. That's why the Simisage effect is great. Simisage's effect stops any Pokemon with an ability, and Snorlax had an ability. So I just wasn't sure if the Snorlax's ability would stop the Simisage from hitting, because I'm an idiot, and I had to read it 3 times before I actually read it, what it said. So okay, so they got the Beach Court coming out specifically to mess with me. We're gonna have to take this Comfy out first. Not impressed. And they do have the Giratina. I can still take out the Giratina with the Simisage. It does only need 100 damage counters on it now. So we're gonna see they are retreating. Okay, are they playing the Comfy? They're playing the Comfy. And they cannot retreat the Comfy now. They need something to get the Comfy out of the starting spot. They need like a switch or something like that. Okay, so that was their plan, just to sit there with the Comfy. Do I have anything in here that I want? Not right now. I mean, I guess I'll put the Luminous Energy. I'm going to leave the Luminous Energy for now. And I'm going to take out the Comfy. Bada bam. Done. I have found with this deck as well, it helps a lot to not use cards when you can, but to like sit on them and wait and hold on to them for when is like most potent. And I don't tend to do that with a lot of decks because the other decks tend to be strong enough that you can kind of fuck around and you can get away with it and it's all fine. But not this deck. This deck I've literally made the wrong decision, and like the whole game will be over after that. This is a tough deck. It's a tough deck. But it's fun, and I like it, and I like the monkeys. I like making them work. I don't know what this guy's just wasting my time. I'm one-shotting whoever he puts forward. This is just I'm not impressed, Luchum. Be a better sport. Be a better sport, Luchum. This is some horse shit right here. We're just playing Pansage. Do what you want. Do what you want. So, just gonna wait for this guy to waste our time. Not impressed. I don't think there is literally anything that this person could do aside from bossing my Simipour. But even then, I've got the energy to retreat it. Like, this is why this is such a nice deck. Okay, so they think maybe they can get the Sableye into play. No, you just wasted my fucking time. What a waste of my time. Ridiculous. We're getting out of here. We're playing Simisear. I'm not hearing it. And we're going to boss's orders you. Just because we can. Because you're wasting my time. And I don't appreciate that at the end of the game. Bam! 190. And we're knocking ourselves out. Look at that. Classic MDTenebris fashion. Shoot yourself so that you can shoot the guy behind you. There you go. And we got the win. Bang. Take the prize card. Take the game. It's the beautiful worker. And we have another win. That's 2 on the day. Undefeated. 1240 damage with the Simisear deck. Insane. Insane. This deck is so crazy. But it is so tricky. And it is so, like, whines at you, man. It whines. You do the wrong thing, it just, like, whines at you. It's tough. It's a tough match, but it's a fun one. Max Power 00044. Let's go. I'm a big fan of Max Power. Is that the quote from Star Wars, the Clone Wars, where he's like, does he say maximum or max when he says, what does he say? Or is it more? Is he just like, power? And he's like shocking the dude. I fucking can't remember now. Alright, Max Power. Let me fucking Sith Lord. Let's see what's going on. Your opponent will go first. Okay. And we get the Panpour to start. Interesting. We have a Clavell. We can go and grab 3 Pokemon. I think they're going first, so we can set up on the bench. Yeah. And they're playing Onix. So this is going to go into the Steelix that does damage to the bench. Now, I'm wondering if they've paired this with the person I paired it with last time, which was the Dodrio. Or if they've paired it with, there was another Pokemon I was looking to pair it with. Durant. There's a Durant card that does 20 damage for each damage counter on all of your Durant, which I thought was kind of crazy. And you could put the Luxurious Cape on those, get 170 HP on your Durants, and then pile on 160 damage with the, and just be fucking nutting on people. Another Clavell. Okay, so we're gonna go Clavell here. Oh, this is not good at all. This is not good at all. So the other Panpour is in the prize cards. This is very scary for us. And looking at the Steelix, we might want it. He's going to do 20 damage. The Steelix is 180. I can't risk it. I literally can't risk it. So we're going to have to go and retreat with the Luminous Energy here. Play the Pansage forward as the sacrifice. And end the turn. That's painful. That's painful. We do have Klara in case they did take the Panpour out. But that's alright. Yeah, I've seen people use that with the Steelix you used in the Dodrio. Well, it's a steel type deck, right? So you end up with, you know, the Durant makes sense. Even though Doduo makes sense as well, because the Dodrio puts damage counters on itself, gives you free draw in exchange, and then also amps up with the Steelix attack. Whereas the Durant just sits there and collects damage counters. So I think the Dodrio is kind of a cooler synergy, but I think they planned for it to be a Durant synergy with the Steelix, personally, just because of the typing. That being said, yeah, I like the Dodrio more too, and I think the Dodrio is a pretty cool card, so I'm kind of happy with that. We got the tail, so we can in fact hit this Onix next turn. It is weak to grass. So what are we gonna do here? We're gonna go Simipour. I think we're actually gonna go Simisage on it here in the hope that we get another energy when we Iono. So we're gonna hope we get a grass energy or a luminous energy here. We got the grass energy. We did not get the Pansear, unfortunately. So we're gonna go grass energy. And we're gonna go for the evolution instead. And we're gonna go for both of these guys. We got the Simisear here in play now, and we got the Simisage back up in play. Fantastic. So, banging. All ready for next turn. We're gonna see what they do. Actually, shit, it probably does make sense to have like a Hisuian Heavy Ball in here to get the any cards I need and the prizes out. But I guess the Klara kind of negates the need for that. Oh, man. You see, this is the funny thing about Live. I think that their algorithm for shuffling is bad. I think they have a bad shuffling algorithm. Because how do you keep ending up with, like, I only have 2 technical machines in this deck. How do they both end up in my hand at the same time? You know? It's just like, it's so conveniently bad. So we're going to go Arm Thrust Needle, and we're going to hit this Onyx. So Dialga VStar does not have an ability. It has a move, so we are not immune from the Dialga VStar. It's going to be a tricky matchup. We did get the Energy Retrieval, which is nice. Hoping for a Klara would make me feel a lot better about this Simisage situation. But we're going to see what they put forward. 100 HP as well. It's really tricky to mess around with this deck with the 100 HP. There's a lot of Pokemon that can take you out that are not super strong. So it's very tricky. What are we going to do? They're putting the fighting onto the Magnemite. Are they going to retreat the Magnemite? Energy Retrieval. Okay. This is an interesting play here. Wouldn't mind getting an Iono next turn. That would be pretty sweet. So they're going to swap me out. Simisage for, I'm guessing Simisear for the Simipour. So they figured it out. Figured out I only have 1 access right now. Okay. So what do we get? What do we get to do here? A Nest Ball. Not great. I didn't really want to have to discard any more energy. I guess we could discard the Grass Energy again, because I can't get the Luminous Energy out of the discard pile. We'll Simisage here. And I think we're going to go Nest Ball, and I think maybe we go for the Pansear. No, we'll go Pansage right now, because we're not really doing any damage. We're just kind of hitting these guys. 30 off. I think I can still take him out. I can. Technical machine. Okay, we're just going to go 70 here. Take out the Magnemite. So now they lose access to a lot of their energy application. We got an Avery, fantastic. And I believe they just shuffled all of their steel energy out. So they can't even apply an energy and use metal coating, which sucks for them. Okay, so they got another boss's orders, and they're going to use it on the Simipour, of course. I hope I get a switch. I don't have any switches in this deck. I forgot. Fuck. Because I really want to one-shot this guy with the Simisear. We're going to go for the Avery here. Not great. I'm going to attach the Luminous Energy to the Simipour. I don't see him attacking me next turn. We're not weak to steel. So maybe I'm just going to go instead. Yeah, we're just going to go. We're going to do 50 damage to this Dialga. I'm going to put 30 onto the bench. I hope that was not a bad decision. Trust me, in real life can be just as bad. I was testing my Tina Zatu deck and managed to prize all 4 of my grass energy, so I literally couldn't attack at all. That sucks. Dang, dude. I've had games like that. Yeah, where everything is in the prize cards. Yeah. I'm not saying I think, like, I think that their shuffling thing is bad because I think, oh, this is going to be nice for me. Ready? We're going to Battle VIP Pass. Fire Energy. And maybe a Grass Energy? I think we'll go Grass Energy here. So we'll go Grass. No, that was almost a fuck up. I almost fucked the whole game up there. So we'll go Grass Energy. We're going to retreat you. Going to play you forward. Maybe we'll go Bill's Transfer. See if we can pull anyone out. We got another Simipour and a Simisage. Fantastic. We'll play the Simisage. Alright, and then we're going to one-shot this Dialga. These steel decks, the Dialga VStar and the Golden Goat EX are just butter. to the Simisear. Insane. Insane. And it becomes... And we got the Panpour, so I'm feeling so good right now. So fucking good. So I was gonna say is, I know that stuff happens. I've played in real life as well. I know that you can have really bad hands and stuff like that. The frequency that it happens in this game, though, is really crazy. Sometimes, you know, I've gone on streaks where I'll get like 5 tails flips in a row. You know, once in a while, I had it happen like 3 times in a day. 2 days ago, I got tails 5 times 5 consecutive coin flips, and I got tails each time, and I needed heads. I literally needed to flip for as many heads as I could each time, and it just went tails 6 times in a row. I did that like 3 fucking times in a day. It was insane. Okay, so they're switching me out for the Lucario. They got a Great Tusk here as well. They got another Great Tusk. We have the boss's orders. This game should be over. They're using the energy recycler. Did they not get that the Dialga fucking powers up off of the discard pile? Like, why are you doing that to yourself? I don't understand that. That's kind of crazy. So they're going to move the Lucario in. They're going to knock me out with the Simisage. Oh, so we're going to play this Simisage instead. There you go. So your Lucario gets to take out a Simisage still. That's fine. As long as I got this Simisear on the bench, I'm all good. We're all good. And that's the game. That's the game. Nice, nice. I'm surprised they have a Fighting Steel. I don't think this is going to be a good synergy for you, my friend. This is going to be too hard max power. It's going to be too hard max power for you to do this. So we're just going to end the game. 380 damage. Fucking A, dude. So, that's 3 games in a row. 3 games in a row with the Simis. Simipour, Simisear, Simisage. Let's go. I wonder if they named him after that song by fucking Old Dirty Bastard, by the Wu-Tang Clan. Shimmy, shimmy, yeah. Most of the time, people get into politics to do good, and then they end up getting corrupted because that's how corruption works. We are all corruptible. It's hard. It's very, very hard. It's very hard. But yeah. Yeah. All right. So, Game 5. Let's go into Game 5. Let's get back on the Pokemon. I could talk about this all day. That's the problem, is you could go round and round in circles on this stuff. I've read enough economist books, and political books to know that there's no simple solution. These are the same problems we've been dealing with for years and years. You know, Plato has some kind of theory, which is like you raise the children that you want to be leaders, to have an aversion to power. You have to raise them to be like humble, to believe that like joy and happiness comes from like, you know, self-sufficiency and stuff, so that when they are ready to go into power, they don't have all the same wants and desires that your normal citizen would have. And that was an interesting idea, that you raise the leaders to be leaders because you need a different quality of person. It's rare to just stumble into a natural born leader that's like immune to corruption and has strong beliefs. It's tricky. It's tricky. It's a tricky world. Yeah, they just lose touch. Yeah, they just lose touch. That's when you end up with the hypocrisy of celebrity and the rich complaining over COVID that they've had to stay locked down in their 12-minute mission. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Those that will do anything for power are the people that should never be allowed it. Unfortunately, the people that want power the most are probably the people that should never have it. And they will fight for the power. That's why it's... Because like, that's the thing, you know, like, the rest of us don't care. We just want stuff to work, and we just want everyone to be happy. But there's a certain number of people that just want to be in control and shit on other people and do whatever they want. And they'll do whatever they can, which means that those of us that don't care now have to compete with people who are like incentivized and passionate. And it makes it exhausting. It makes it really fucking exhausting. You're right. Yeah. Yeah, it's a crazy world, man. It's so complicated. It's so interesting. This is why I got my degree in sociology, you know, because it's just, people are so fucking cool and so interesting. The way the brain works is so crazy. It's narcissism and psychopathy. That's why we have leaders that are pathological liars in a system that funnels everything upwards towards the elite. Well, the system funnels everything upwards towards the elite because the elite are the one that picked the system. I know it sounds simple, but it's the system's been in place for so long. So we only have an Ultra Ball here. What the fuck am I gonna do? We are up against an electric deck. This is gonna be tough. If Magmar's on your bench, it's just 40 more damage. It's not. That would be 50 damage. So this is okay. This is going to be a Magmortar Electivire deck, and this is a super fun deck. I actually have this deck on my YouTube channel, the MDTenebris Plays Pokemon YouTube channel, because of the triple energy, the revival energy that came into the game. It revamped this deck. This is a really fun deck. I enjoy it. I'm gonna put Grass Energy on him. Fuck. What do I want to do here? I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it for now. Yes. You haven't seen this at all? Oh, dang. Yeah, no. Magmortar, Electivire. They're old cards, right? So basically, the Electivire, if you have Magmortar, if your Magmortar have any damage counters on them, the Electivire does 50 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. And if the Electivire is on your bench, then the Magmortar does like 200 damage or something crazy like that. I can't remember specifically. I have to wait until I see the cards. But I'm a really big fan of this deck. This is one of my favorite single prize card decks. Really love the Magmortar and the Electivire Pokemon. And the fact that they like buddied them up in the card form is so fun. I really like it. So we're going to see. We got a Fearow here as well. Interesting deck. Still kind of stuck for what we can do. I'm going to get rid of the fire energy here so that we can grab... Who do we really want to grab at this point in time? Who would be good? They don't have a lot of abilities and water's weak, so we're going to go for the Simisear. I think that's the plan. We go Simisear, and we're going to put an energy onto the Simisear. And I guess we'll go Call for Family, and we'll go for the Pansear, maybe. Just need an Arezu. I just need to find one Arezu, and I can set this whole thing up. I'll have all three of the Pokemon I need. I'll be punching 100. This is why Arezu's so critical. But I opted to only have the 2 Arezu and the 3 Clavell because you really need to get those basic Pokemon into play before you can evolve them. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, this is a crazy deck. And they got the Kangaskhan and EX in here as well, which is very interesting. That was fun. I actually included this in the first, when I first put Dodrio together. I put Dodrio together without a Pokemon that did damage to it. And I had the Kangaskhan and the Dodrio, and I was just like, the incessant punching is actually kind of crazy strong. Because if you just get 2 coin flips for that, 2 of the 4 coin flips, you're now doing... Fuck, what was it? Like 200 damage, isn't it? Go up to 400 damage with that shit. Okay, so Worker. We're gonna go Worker. Can we pull? No, this is really not going well for us. Shice. I'm gonna put a Water Energy on Simisear. We're gonna end the turn. Just kind of stuck. This will happen from time to time. Fortunately, their deck is not like up and running and crushing us, because they could have a Pokemon there that's just like wiping each of our Pokemon out as they come up. I've had that happen before. It hurts. It hurts your soul. It's a tough one. Protective Goggles. What the fuck are these? The basic Pokemon this card is attached to has no weakness. Interesting. So we lose our Pansage. Do we play the Pansear? I think we play the Pansear. Because it's going to take another 2 energy before Simisear's up and running. Unless we can find these fucking energy. These Pokemon. So, I really hate it when they take time picking their price cards. We were going up against Wild Pitchfork. I don't think I read that name off. I think we were in deep discussion earlier. Alright, so we're going to go Pansear here, unfortunately. Iono. Do we risk it? And they only have 1 card. I don't know if I can. I think I'm gonna boss's orders for the Kangaskhan. We're gonna put a grass energy onto the Simisear. Is that what we're gonna do? I really hate this. We're gonna put a grass energy on the Simisear. Fuck, dude. Not good. Not good. Might be worth it to go for Iono next turn. We're just kind of sitting here until we find these evolution Pokemon. It's not the greatest. And now they have the triple draw, so that's fine. So we can Iono now. Okay. Not too upset about that. Luminous Energy. Are we going to put that on someone? We're going to go Iono. And we're going to see what we find. It's tough. We get 6 cards back. Maybe we get a Panpour and a Pansage. No, but we got the Arezu. Okay, so I'm feeling a lot better now. We got the Arezu. We got another Pansear for the bench. I'm going to leave him there. And we're going to end the turn here. We do have the Bills. We do have the Bills transfer, so we are feeling okay. Be careful, Kanga can draw them more cards. Yeah, I realized. Not seeing a Magmar yet. I am not seeing a Magmar either. I would be very surprised if this was not a Magmar deck. They have fire energies on their Pokemon, so. Growlithe incoming. Okay, so they have the Zeraora from the electric deck, and they have the Growlithe from the fire deck. That's so bizarre. All right, so we're going to go Arezu here. We're going Simipour, Simisear, and Simisage. Fuck yes. The whole gang is here. We're going to go Pansear this fucker. Simipour this dude. We're going to hit the Kangaskhan for 190 damage. Fuck yes. All right. 190 damage. Bang. Up and running. Just need the Arezu, man. You just need that Arezu to show up. Haven't seen an Electivire either. I don't think we've seen a single evolution Pokemon aside from Fearow, which is a funny string of things that I had happen to me when I was playing the... You remember the Crocodile and the Masquerain decks I was working on? I had a streak of 5 games. No, I think it was 4 games. 4 games where I did not see an evolution Pokemon in like several turns per game. It was crazy. So the Fearow draws cards. You got Beat Catch, search your deck for up to 3 cards and put them into your hand, shuffle your deck, and then Speed Dive. So that's kind of nuts. And then you have this, takes 30 less damage from attacks. I'm not sure why they put it on the Fearow. You'd want to put that on the Kangaskhan. Oh man. So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna retreat? Are you gonna use Incessant Punching? They're using Incessant Punching, so we're gonna get the knockout next turn. And they get the knockout anyways. 4 heads in a row. Dang, dude. That's a lot of heads in a row. Okay, so we have the Pansear here ready to go. No abilities, so no point in playing another Pokemon. Couldn't play the Simisage because we're not up against abilities. Alright, so we're going to go Simisear here. We're still all up and ready. We're going to go Pansear onto the bench. We are going to go Bill's transfer now. We did not find any Pokemon. That is okay. Energy Retrieval. There is nothing to retrieve just yet. I'm going to want to save it for when this guy's knocked out anyway. So we're going to go like this. And we're just going to take out the Kangaskhan EX. I don't think they have anyone that can take me out just yet. We got another Simisear, so we're fine. Poor might be good here. Spread some damage around and get the KO. That's true. it would take 3 turns to get a knockout with Simipour. However, Simipour is tricky to use. I find it's most useful in fire decks. If I go up against a fire deck, because now your liquid is actually, your move is doing 100 damage, and you're doing 30 damage to each of them. Even if it was like 70 or 80, 50 is so low. It's really not great. You need 2 hits with a Simipour to take out like an Electabuzz or a Growlithe, even an Eevee, you know, like a basic Pokemon. So super weak. I know, but it might bring any evolutions into Seer range. Oh, I see what you're saying. No, I think Electivire and Magmortar both have, unless you're concerned about the Growlithe with the Arcanine EX, which would be a concern. I'm curious. So this Zeraora actually does 60 damage with each move, because these guys are all evolution Pokemon. They're going for Light Punch instead. Okay, fair enough. We are also super weak with the Simipour to Electric, so that would be a one-shot, unfortunately. We're gonna Simisear here. We're gonna put a Fire Energy on it, and we're gonna take out the Electabuzz. There we go. We got another 30 damage on the Simisear. He will get knocked out next turn. That is okay. We will be tied in prize cards at that point. Yeah. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm expecting the Zeraora to come forward. You could boss the Growlithe and use the Seer for another KO if you get the chance. I need to find the boss. That's, yeah. I was thinking about that because the Growlithe is the only one I'm really worried about. And honestly, that could be the other Arcanine. They have that new Arcanine that came in. That is single price card. I can't remember what it does though. There's so many fucking Arcanine cards. This is okay for the Simisage, but it's bad for the rest of the squad. Okay. So what could I do here? I could do what you were suggesting and play the Simipour. No, he'll take out the Simipour, no problem. I won't take him out. I can only take out the Zeraora with the Simisear. But they don't have an energy on the Raikou V just yet, so I feel okay. And we got an Avery that is perfect. That is so fucking good. And we got a Klara off the Avery. It's so good. Ah. The 151. It might have been the 151. I can't remember. When did Arcanine EX came in right at Paldea evolved, right? That was like one of the first decks. Yeah, I think the new Arcanine came in with the 151. Okay, and we have the Klara, so we're feeling so fucking good now. Put a Grass Energy on the Simisage. We got 1, 2. Okay, so it might be a little tricky to find another one. We're gonna go bang, take out the Zeraora, and we take the lead. It is now 2 to 3 prize cards. MD in charge, sneaking through. And the great thing about that Raikou is if I do find the boss's orders, like that is a nice, easy target to focus. But I might just cycle through their remaining attackers. Still haven't seen a Magmar. Very confused about this. You know what's great about this sitch though is I can retreat the Simisear and take. Oh, I can't. The Fearo's got the thing on it. 30 less damage from attacks. So I would play the Klara this turn then. That makes sense. I'm glad I found the Klara. I was thinking about the Clavell, but I prefer to play the Klara. I know there's Pansear in the discard pile. There might be one in the prize cards, so I might get screwed by that. Okay. So this should be... Oh, it's so good. It's so good when you get Klara, and you can just pull these monkeys right out of here. damn. Right out of your ass. No Simisear, so we need the Simisear too. We're gonna go Fire Energy, Grass Energy. Bada bing, bada boom. We put this guy on the bench. This is why the Klara is so fucking good. Like, Klara is so good because you can literally take the Pokemon that have already been knocked out and just put them back on your bench, and you're all ready. We put a Fire Energy on this guy. He's all ready to go for the Simisear next turn. This guy's going to get knocked out, however. So I will play the Panpour as a sacrifice, I think. If he has a boss's orders, though... Oh, we've got a Klara. What am I doing? We're totally fine. We're totally fine. Here we go. So we lose our Simisear. We're going to play the Panpour. So if he doesn't want to take the Panpour with the Raikou, that's his prerogative. Okay? And he's going to have to boss his orders out. And if he did boss his orders for either the Simisage or the Pansear, I would be in a little bit of trouble. So, we're going to see. We're going to see. We do have a Klara, though. We could get it up in 2 turns. So, we're going to have to see what we can do here. I hope they don't have a boss's orders. Please, 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 please. Fire Energy. Okay. Zapdos EX coming in. Okay. Has not played a supporter. Sitting here clenching. Are we going to see a supporter coming through? God, if they're waiting to play boss's orders, I'll be so upset. You can't one-shot him, and he goes to 1 prize right now. True. I have Simisage, though. And Simisage is immune to Pokemon that have an ability. So we go Simisear here. And we're going to go Klara. Let me go Nest Ball first. Grab the Pansage. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And then, so that means there's no one else in available. Kind of want to hold on to the Klara until I know who I need to grab. Because I don't have the evolution cards either, and the Clavell's not going to be super helpful. Alright, so we're going to go like this. And we have to hope they don't have a boss's orders. If they do have a boss's orders, then they played very well and the game is over. If not, then I might have won it. But we're going to see. It's very scary. We're in a scary spot. I'm gonna drink some beer, and I'm gonna continue to clench. Ooh. They don't. We got the game. Oh my days! And they just healed 100, so we gotta cycle in our the Simisear, but we got it. We got the win. Whew. Tough fought. Wait, 190 and 80. Yeah, that's not enough. That's not enough. I lost. No, it's enough. What am I doing? Holy shit. Oh, that was so scary. For a second, I thought I didn't have enough. I was like, wait, 9 and 8. That's only 7. Oh, my God. Whew. Okay. What a day. 4 wins. 4 wins with the Simi deck. The semi-single prizers. We're going up against Mace to Mace. It's going to be an interesting one. I hope they're all interested. I wish I'd gotten to see that deck a little further. I'm like, did he not have Magmar in there? I didn't see any Magmar. How do you go that long in a game without finding one of your Pokemon? Like, unless he only had 2 and they were in the prize cards or something. That would have been disappointing to hear. So, another deal with no basic Pokemon. So, we are going to mulligan. We're going to mulligan Mace to Mace. It's going to be sneaky. We're going to see how it goes. Alright. This wouldn't have been the worst start, I guess. Wouldn't have had any... It was just the one more. Okay, cool. So, he gets 1 card. And it's just the Pansear. We do have the Clavell. Keeping in mind, if we're going second, Clavell and an energy on here, we can get 4 Pokemon on the bench, which is very nice. We got a worker as well. We got an Earthen Vessel. This is an interesting one. I'm not seeing... I would love a Battle VIP Pass. That'd be cool. Did PTCGL remove the option of seeing your opponent's deck list after the match? Yes! They fucking never put it in this game. Ever. It is depressing as hell. I cannot look at other people's decks that I'm playing against as like a competitor that I want to learn from. It's now just like, this is the deck. You have to remember what cards you saw, and you have to figure it out on your own. Crazy. Spicy is like not meta. Yeah, no, I like some not meta stuff. I finished all the EX cards already this from Paradox Rift, so I figured I would get back to my roots and do some more sneaky single price card kind of escapades. It's always fun. I love making single price card decks work. It's just, yeah, they have to have a gimmick that's effective enough that overcomes the HP and the damage deficiencies. But okay, Mace to Mace is playing Korraidon, so we're gonna play the Clavell. I'm gonna grab 1 of each because Clavell's perfect for this deck. I absolutely love that. So we're gonna have 2 next turn. So we gotta find a way to find ourselves the Simisear. I'm gonna put the energy onto the Pansear because this guy doesn't have an ability, and he's weak to Psychic. They're all weak to Psychic. They're not weak to Grass. Sucks. Okay, end the turn. I think Sage is your big player here. Simisage against the Korraidon. If the Korraidon was, yeah, but because they have the Great Tusk with the energy on it, I'm kind of building up the Pansear for right now. But I think you're right. I think the Simisage will be huge against the Korraidon once I take out the Great Tusk, if I can find a way to do that. Escape Rope. Okay. I'm not liking that. We're going to put Pansear in there. I think they just need to put another energy on there. Great Tusk, and he's good. He's good to go. This is the kind of deck we're really going to struggle against if I don't get Klara early on enough. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. So he got rid of his own stadium. Call me impressed. We're going to go for the worker. It's got a better opportunity to provide us with the Simisage if we can get that guy into action. Yes, we got the Simisear here. Simisear. Keeping the Pansage there. We don't need him right now. Earthen Vessel. I'm not going to use it right now. I got the Nest Ball. I think I'm also... Do I need an Earth? I don't need the Earthen Vessel right now. We're going to go... We're just going to hit the Great Tusk for 190. Bang! Fantastic start. So now what I can do is I can swing in the Simisage, and I can hit with the Simisage, and I can take out the Great Tusk, and I'm protected with the Arm Thrust Needle. No, they're not the Psychic weak. It's unfortunate. I would have loved this to be a Grass weak deck, but it's not. Which is dumb, because Great Tusk is clearly a Rock type. It shouldn't be weak to Psychic. Ooh! I don't know how I'm going to find this second Simisear, though, unfortunately. So I think we're going to have to sacrifice the Pansear here. Tough. This is tough. All right, Nest Ball. Okay, this is very bad. I'm going to go Earthen Vessel. We're going to go Clavell. Done. Let me see. Have I used a supporter card yet? No, I haven't. So I can still boss his orders. Don't have any moves. We're gonna go Grassify here, I think. So let's boss his orders in for Korraidon. I don't trust it, though, because I don't have another Pansear, so I'm actually just going to fucking retreat for the Pansage. It sucks. It's a sucky thing. Okay, and we're going to end the turn there. Yeah. Simisear, Simipour, Simisage. It's so good, right? ODB has such a way with fucking rhythm, man. Alright, how many energies do they have in the discard pile? None. They have no energies in the discard pile. They are moving through this deck quick. They have 4 energies on the Great Tusk. Did they get a switch? Why would you even do that? If he attacks again, he's dead. I'm not sure. Maybe they're going for Lucario here. I'm not really sure what the game plan is. It is Lucario. They might have a switch. I don't know if Lucario accelerates, but not this one. Not with the ability. It's a move thing. If any of your fighting Pokemon were knocked out last turn, this does more damage. Oh, it doesn't have an acceleration. Okay, never mind. Not great. We're going to do that. Ah, man. Tough. It's tough. We do not have the cards we need. If I find the Pansear, though, we'll be in a great spot. I mean, the Simisear. An Arezu would be great. They did not find the energy they were hoping for. Thank you. Okay. So now they have a little bit of a damage buff. How many of each of the monkeys do you play? I play 2 Panpour, 3 Pansage, and 3 Pansear. Jesus, dude, that is not helpful at all. Okay. Would have loved an energy. I could have done something. We're in one of those doldrum stages where, you know, we're just not going to see an Arezu for the whole game, I guess. Sucks. Sucks to suck. Ah, man. All right. What would be good here? Let's put some positive thoughts out there. So Arezu would be good. I guess an Ultra Ball, but I wouldn't want to do that. Klara would be pretty good. I think I already had a Simisear. I did, so Klara would be great. Hey. Not going my way. I'm guessing they're going to have another energy for next turn. I'm still going to put it on this guy anyways. I really don't have another option at this point in time. We just got to hope that one of those 3 cards is not an energy. And we might get lucky. Maybe we find a grass energy. Yeah, maybe we find a grass energy. We can use the Arm Thrust Needle without the Simisear if we find another energy here. We did not. We did find the Simisear. So we're all good. We're going to go like that. We're going to go Simisear. And we're going to go for the Arm Thrust Needle. Now we're only doing 80 damage here. But we are now immune to any damage from any Pokemon with an ability. So he will have to cycle in the Great Tusk or the Lucario if he wants to do damage. I have not knocked anyone out, so the Lucario will not get the full of the Avenging Knuckle. He is retreating. It is the Great Tusk. Okay. We don't have any more energy. And he took himself out, so we do get 2 prize cards for that. So we are tied. We are now tied. What do we get? Bill's transfer and energy retrieval. Fantastic. Oh, my days. That's perfect. So now he gets to see who I'm playing forward, which I don't really appreciate. We're going to go Simisear here. And the reason I'm going Simisear is because if he plays a Korraidon, they need multiple energies. And it's going to take a whole turn. And if they play the Lucario, it's not. It'll be very simple. So we're going to go energy retrieval here. Fire grass. We're going to go fire here. I'm going to put a Pansage on the bench. Sure. We do have a boss's orders. I could take out this Korraidon actually instead of the Lucario. So let's do that. And then we're just down to 2. I'm kind of only concerned about the Lucario though, because the and now the Avenging Knuckle can take me out. So that was a terrible decision on my part. I've probably just thrown the game unless I find a Klara. We did not find a Klara. That was a terrible decision on my part. Have you considered playing the 151 Ditto? I think I had Ditto in a deck early on. I can't remember. I'll have to go and check what the 151 Ditto does again. I can't remember. So yeah, I threw the game there. That was really dumb of me. I should have just gone with the Simisage. I should have just killed the Lucario because he's the only one who could do any damage to me. And unfortunately, I was too dumb. And they didn't... Oh my god. And I got the Klara anyways. So that is game, my friend. That is fucking done. That's it. That's totally game. Ah, my man. Condolences on your loss here. Banging. I would have gone for the Sage. Lucario's damage wouldn't have been buffed by them KOing their own Tusk. Yeah, no, what I was saying was I should have just left the Lucario there and killed the Lucario rather than bossing for the Korraidon and taking out the Korraidon, because once I remove the Lucario from play, the Korraidon can't hurt my Simisage. The Lucario can still do damage to the Simisage, so I should have, just the smarter thing to do would have been to just take out the Lucario, and then I could just play around my Simisages and not have to stress. And we're gonna go Simisear here. I'm gonna put an energy onto Simisage, and I'm gonna hit this guy for 170. So they can only get one. I'm trying to incentivize him to keep this guy here, because if he retreats with him, then I have to start all over again on the damage, but that's fine. They Korraidoned instead of attacking. Yeah, I know, right? How often does that happen? I've done that so many fucking times. It's depressing, though. And that's game. That is game. Oh, we're gonna go. Another energy was not necessary, and we got the 80, so we got it. I think we got it. There we go. I tried to play this deck with Alcremie and Ho-Oh. Interesting. That's an interesting shout. Yeah, because Alcremie goes and grabs three energies. And you have to play the Cafe Cutie creepy guy. The, what's his name? The Cafe Master. I'm a big fan of these Simis, man. Simi, fucking hell. Alright, we're gonna end on the Simisage. Okay, that is gonna be it from me today. I hope everyone that came along for the stream had a good time. I had a really good time. This is actually a really fun deck. It's a fun little puzzle. It's not the strongest deck out there. It's a little clunky because of the gimmick it uses, but the gimmick does work and it is fun. It's definitely fun to play. If you put your own version together, let me know in the comments how it goes. I'm very curious. So yeah, below me on the screen today, I have two links. There is a red link that is to my YouTube channel. That is the MDTenebris Plays Pokemon YouTube channel. If you like what you saw today, feel free to go and check out the whole back catalog. It's all there. You can like, you can subscribe. If you click the bell, it will let you know when there are new videos available. The purple link is to my Twitch. That's where I am now. I'm here every Saturday at 2 and every Wednesday at 6:30. So if you're available at that time, you want to come out, hang out live, join the chat, chill, it's all good. Come and do that. We would love to have you. That's Eastern time. There's also in the information box a link to a Discord channel. If you want to join the Discord channel, you can get me offline. You can get stream announcements when I am streaming. You can help me construct the decks offline. It's just a good, solid place to be if you want to talk about Pokemon. So feel free to join and hang out there. So I would like to thank everyone that came along for the stream today, and you, the viewer at home. If you are watching this on YouTube or Twitch, I'd like to thank you. I appreciate the support. So keep liking and subscribing and leave a comment. Let me know if you think this deck could be better. Let me know if there's cards you think could be better used in this deck. I would love to hear it. The Zoroark is a very cool shout. The Ditto is a very interesting idea. I'd have to look at both of those. But yeah, it's a good deck. Definitely recommend it. Positive win rate. It's a fun single prizer. So definitely check it out if you want to check it out. So that's going to be it from me today. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. I hope it's nice and relaxing. I hope it's not as stressful as mine's been. Recently, my cat was at the vet, so we were a little on edge here, but we're better and we're happy. Cat's doing good now, so all good. I hope you have a very restful rest of your Saturday. Hope you get a wonderful night's sleep tonight. Very succinct, full night's sleep tonight. And you have a fantastic Sunday. I hope you get a wonderful rest of your weekend. And I hope everything is rainbows and sunshine in your life. So thanks. Take it easy. This is MDTenebris. I'm signing off. So peace out. Adios, and have a good one. Thanks.